What up? Welcome back to Dose. We are spending the day today with the Gnarmads, Matt and Bogdan.
What's up?
If you don't know these guys, you got to. They're about to take us into their world. What is a Gnarmad?
Oh man, it's kind of a tough question. There's no real definition to it. I guess to me it's more of somebody that gets out of their comfort zone and does whatever they want to do, regardless of what society or people around them are telling them to do.
Anyone and everyone who's got a drive to live and explore and create.
To us it's kind of more of exploring the unknown and putting yourself out into a situation that you wouldn't normally find yourself in.
For us, a lot of it is skateboarding and biking, but I mean, Gnarmads are artists. Anyone who creates, does something of their own. There's people that are Gnarmads that were Gnarmads their whole lives before we even met them or came up with a name.
How did you and Matt first link up?
He was actually my first friend in America when I first moved to the United States.
Yeah.
We met playing basketball 14 years in Sunset Park in Brooklyn, where I grew up, and he just moved there.
I had skate shoes on. I just got a board for Christmas or something like that. He had skate shoes on. We were like, oh, I just started skating. He was way better than me back then.
You know, around the city, you kind of stay close with the skaters in the area, and then you venture off, so we'd meet skaters in other boroughs and go skate other spots and new spots and go on missions, and I guess that's how it started back then.
We were like, oh, well, we ride our bikes around the city all the time. We always skate. Why not push it further? Instead of taking the train to Philly, let's ride down to Philly. And after that, we came back and we're like, oh, well, Tampa Am's coming up in a few weeks. Let's bike down to Tampa Am. After that, we kind of started pushing to further levels and decided to go fully cross country.
Along the way, too, there's some crazy missions. In Virginia, we heard of like a mythical vert ramp that Bucky used to skate in the woods in the 70s. And all somebody knew was kind of the general neighborhood where it was. So we followed the pin drop, we went out there, went to the forests, went looking around the woods, and sure enough, we found it. It wasn't skatable, totally decrepit, falling apart, but I mean, it was there.
Is there like a bigger picture plan for the Gnarmads? Like, is there somewhere you're gonna end up, or?
We're unsure at the moment. The whole thing, when it began, we didn't have a bigger picture, so we're kind of keeping it that way. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, and we don't want to, shoot for a goal, because maybe by not having that, we could overshoot it by more than we'd ever expect to. So that's happened in the past before. Life has surprised us.
So there's a little interesting story about this pole. A few months ago, we noticed this little gap to skate, but we weren't able to skate it because of the fence. So we figured, why not get rid of it and have a little contest with all the local companies sponsoring the event. So we just kind of did what we had to do. We don't want to say anything in case cops come knocking on our doors, but next morning we had this thing wide open and threw a contest. It was a lot of fun. Kids crushed it.
Sick.
Yeah,
That's how the Gnarmads do it.
Yeah.